He was just the royal scribe, a man of ink and parchment, not sword or shield. But on the night of July 3, 1777, Thomas Hawke held the fate of a revolution in his ink-stained hands. The candle sputtered as Thomas Hawke dipped his quill. Outside, the thunder of marching boots echoed through the cobbled streets of Philadelphia. Redcoats were closing in. The Continental Congress had scattered like leaves in a storm, but the Declaration, a new treaty to unify the colonies, had yet to be signed. And without it, unity would fall apart. Thomas wasn't a general or politician. He was a quiet man who spent his days copying letters, treaties, and speeches in beautiful cursive. But tonight, he was more than that. The final draft of the Treaty of Alliance lay before him, ink not yet dry, unsigned. A soldier burst through the door. "Hurry, they're blocks away." Thomas rolled the parchment and stuffed it inside a hollowed-out ink flask, a trick he'd invented during long hours of boredom. He disguised the flask among others on his belt and slipped out through the servants' alley. The city was chaos. Flames licked rooftops, horses screamed, and cries rang through the smoke. He kept low, darting through alleys, heart pounding, every footstep a drumbeat of doom. At the riverfront, he reached the hidden ferry, only to find a bayonet at his throat. A British officer sneered, "Going somewhere, writer?" Thinking fast, Thomas pulled out a different scroll, an older British proclamation. "Just a humble scribe, sir. My orders are to copy these for General Cornwallis." The officer snatched it, eyes scanning the outdated text. He scoffed. "Useless drivel. Get out of my sight." Thomas didn't wait. He boarded the ferry and vanished into the misty Delaware. Days later, the treaty reached Benjamin Franklin in Paris. The alliance it forged between America and France turned the tide of war. No one ever credited Thomas Hawke in the history books. But in the margins of one surviving copy, written in elegant hand, are the words, "Ink is mightier than the musket."